I've done things. Horrible, horrible things.
She's got a smile that it seems to me reminds me of childhood memories where everything was as fresh as the bright blue sky. Now and then when I see her face, she takes me away to that special place. And if I stare too long, I'd probably break down and cry.
Hey everyone, Joe here, and just doing a little update for our buddy build with Ben on Ben Builds with Joe, and Joe Builds with Ben, but he's calling it his holiday thing, which is awesome. And just doing a quick update, part number 3 here. We've got everything in place, including the tail, and I drilled out, you probably can't see it, I drilled out a little hole so that we could run our rigging through there later on. And I'm also got a plan for kind of the stop that goes there. Filled in the gaps here. They didn't necessarily need to be filled in completely, but I did that just because when I filled them in originally, I just didn't like the way it looked, the separation. So, you know, even though this is typically going to be metal here and then cloth, I just filled it all in. And then I'm so happy I noticed that there was a gigantic sink mark right here and over here. This one was the worst. I may have actually missed it if it wasn't for filling in these seams right here. It was huge. And so what I did for that was a little UV glue. Just popped a little UV glue in there. Let it kind of level off and then hit it with the light, cured that and sanded it over. We're hoping that's going to be okay. So we'll find out when we get a primer coat on this where all of our little imperfections are. But we got that going. Let's turn this sucker over. Filled the bottom ones as well. We got our radiator on. Painted the insides black already and then putting on. We did put the split in. That does not come in the kit. So I just put a little piece of styrene in there to split that as it was on the actual aircraft. And this seam line right here is all filled in and sanded smooth because there is no seam line here on the original aircraft. One other thing I did do is I put in, see, I did stuff. I really did things. I put some metal, it's just solder, but that's where the actuators? I don't think so. That's where those go. They're not kit supplied, so we just put them in for some looks. They're not perfect. You can see it's a little bit short shot, but it's fine. No one's ever going to know because no one ever watches this YouTube channel, so it's just between us. All right, that's what we got. We've got the pilot. I should probably talk about the pilot because I almost forgot that too. But I got the pilot in a zenithal primer right now. And we are going to paint him up, pop him in, put the canopy on, and then start painting, or at least get this in primer. Start painting the inside of the canopy on the actual aircraft is black. So that's kind of cool. So we'll paint that black. I'm debating whether to do a gray primer or do a black primer and then do white highlights through the panels. I'm not sure yet. I may just do gray and white. We'll see how that goes. But give me a minute. We'll get this thing in primer, see if we got any imperfections, and start working on that. All right, everyone. So I did have some imperfections after I primered it the first time. We had some more filling we had to do up here with some Mr. Surfacer, and our sink marks on the tail was pretty prominent still, so we had to fill that in. But now, and we had to finish filling in and getting rid of that seam on the air intake. So, and that was pretty prominent as well. So that's the beauty of primer. So what we did now is we got it primed again after all that work. We got some pre-shading marks on it. Just used Mr. Surfacer Black since I had it out, because the inside of the canopy is black on the references I'm using. So that's what we're going to use. Now this canopy front sits a little proud, and there wasn't real too much I could do about that. And I was like, I tried to fill in some putty and smooth it out, but it's not like there's a gap. It just sits really high. And I'm like, I don't know. And I looked at the real thing. It's kind of like that, but it's not as much as this. So that's okay though. Those are one of those things you just have to overlook, I guess. I could have sanded this down, maybe worked on it, but we would be going months and months into a build doing that kind of stuff. But then you see I got some modeling going on. Just used some white and some tan, and on the fabric surfaces here we used white completely on the tail. Still did some modeling here. I know this is all fabric as well, but just giving it some different variations. And all we did was just use, this is really good for this kind of thing, which is the Splash Paints line of their military line. So this is Insignia White and USAF Tan. And again, really good stuff to do that sort of thing with. Their colors, I did a review on these a long time ago. Their colors are generic. It's kind of like Tamiya, where, it's like IGN green. But they're good. They're, a lacquer, and it's really nice, and it sprays really well. You have to be really careful. It can be really hot. So other than that, not too bad. So what we're going to do now is start getting some paint on this thing. All right, everyone. So fast forward, and you can see we have paint and decals and a gloss coat. So we moved ahead quite a bit here. Pardon me. And I hate gloss coats on aircraft. It looks to me right now, but necessary step for me at least. And then we're gonna weather this a little bit. Gonna get our panel liners in there, both top and bottom. I wonder if I can actually, there we go. You can see a little bit of our pre-shading coming through. Not as prominent on the top on camera, just because of the lighting you have to use, but turn that back on. Yeah, decals, of course, were cartograph, so no issues with those whatsoever, laid down nicely. As you can see, we got them pretty well recessed. I cut mine, so after I lay them in, I let it hit it with a softener for a while, come back with a real sharp scalpel blade and cut them into the recesses. That's just kind of how I like to do it. Other than that, not too bad. My back wings here are loose. Something happened there, but that's okay. And then, yeah, I'm excited. I want to get this hopefully wrapped up pretty soon. I'm working on the exhaust right now off onto the side, and we should have maybe one more episode. We'll be able to do like weathering and final pictures, things like that. So that wraps it up for now. So until next time, everyone, I know Christmas is coming up, so hope you all have a happy holiday and a happy new year. If I don't get a video up on the Monday after Christmas. And hope you all stay safe, have fun with family and friends. Or if you don't have family and friends, have fun with yourself. And hope you all are doing well. I hope you're staying safe. Take care.